Hello, it is Tuesday, July the 12th, and this is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion. Continuing in Hebrews chapter 10, today we will read verses 26 through 31. Here's the word of the Lord. If we deliberately keep on sinning after we have received the knowledge of the truth, no sacrifice for sins is left, but only a fearful expectation of judgment and of raging fire that will consume the enemies of God. Anyone who rejects the law of Moses died without mercy on the testimony of 2 or 3 witnesses. How much more severely do you think someone deserves to be punished who has trampled the Son of God underfoot, who has treated as an unholy thing the blood of the covenant that sanctified them, and who has insulted the Spirit of grace? For we know him who said, "It is mine to avenge, I will repay." And again, the Lord will judge his people. It is a dreadful thing to fall into the hands of the living God. And that is the word of the Lord. The article today, written by Cherry Commel, is Wrath of God. We hear many stories of people who reject the love of another. Parent-child, husband-wife, friends. Believers are warned not to reject the love of God and therefore deliberately turn away from the redemptive work of the Messiah. If one turns away from God's love demonstrated in Jesus, there is no further sacrifice for sin. There is no other way to have sin forgiven than the blood and love of Christ. All that remains is a future of eternal judgment and consuming fire. Jonathan Edwards' 1741 sermon, "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God," changed living to angry in verse 31, but the meaning did not change. God is living and loving, but wrath is clearly part of judgment. For many people today, God's wrath is little understood and even less accepted. God's word, however, is not negated because we do not understand or are uncomfortable with it. Verses 19 to 39 contain the fourth of 5 warnings passages in Hebrews. It is a warning not to continue sinning and rejecting God's provision of forgiveness through Jesus. The assurance of the believer lies in a relationship with God and assurance of salvation through faith. The hymn is "Blessed Assurance" by Fanny J. Cosby. Heir of salvation, purchase of God, born of his Spirit, washed in his blood. And from the 16th Psalm, verse 11, "You make known to me the paths of life. You will fill me with the joy in your presence, with eternal pleasures as your right hand." And that is your daily devotion for Tuesday, July the 12th. Have a blessed day.